In this lesson, we're going to cover bar chords. These are usually kind of beginning to intermediate guitar players' nemesis, so if these are hard and they don't sound good when you first start, don't get down on yourself, don't put yourself down. Everybody sounds kind of bad when they first started playing bar chords. I know I most definitely did. So we're going to be covering 4 different shapes. We're going to do a major chord and a minor chord from the 6th string, and a major chord and a minor chord from the 5th string. And that's the real reason why we started the note names and really kind of focused on the note names in that previous lesson on the 5th and 6th strings. So in other words, if you need to find a G sharp minor chord, you know, just the most basic way of playing it would be going E, F, G, make it sharp, and then plug in that either minor or major bar chord shape. So this will give you the ability to play any chord on the guitar, you know, so you don't have to get scared about C sharp minor, D flat major, even though that's almost the same chord. Let's get into the main shapes. I'm gonna do them off of I'll do them off of B flat, just to be weird, on the 6th string. So to get to a B flat note, open is E, F, G, A, B flat. So for major, you're going to start by first just dropping your first finger straight across all 6 strings. We're going to be playing all 6 strings. Then we're going to build what is essentially a power chord on the 5th and 4th strings. So you're going to put your ring finger or 3rd finger 2 frets higher on the 5th string. Then pinky goes same fret, 2 frets higher on the 4th string. So that gives us, in this case, 6th fret, 8th fret, and 8th fret. Then your middle finger is going to rest in the middle and grab, in this case it's going to be 7th fret on the 3rd. Then your first finger is barring or picking up the 2nd and 1st strings on 6th fret. So that gives us 6, 8, 8, 7, 8, and 8. So that's B flat major. To get to minor, we just have to change one note. So all I'm going to do is get rid of my middle finger, and now that means we're going from playing the 7th fret to then making your bar do a little extra work, and now your bar has to grab 6th fret on the 3rd string. So that's going to give us 6, 8, 8, 6, 6, 6, and then that's B flat minor. So B flat major is with your middle finger down, or just the major shape. We're really more worried about the major shape. And then the minor shape. So, you know, if you think about it, when you first started playing guitar, just probably getting a note to ring out nice and clear without any buzz was tricky enough using the tip of your finger. Now we're learning to try to fret with the kind of length of our finger, and that's going to be kind of hard. And so, like I said, don't get down, don't get frustrated if this doesn't sound great, if it's really buzzy. It's going to happen. And you can see just by the grooves in my finger, hopefully in the camera it's showing up. You know, the 1st string and 2nd strings are kind of riding around my finger. So something you want to avoid is a little kink in your finger. You don't want your knuckle to kind of push and break up. Also, you know, that space between your knuckles that we've talked about from our very beginning exercises is really, really important now. If you don't have good form, you're going to have no chance of getting the notes to ring out. So those are the 2 shapes off the 6th string. Let's do the 5th. So why don't we do E major off the 5th string? So A, B, C, D, E. So the E shape, we're only going to play the 5th, the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string. So we're not going to play the 6th, and we're not going to play the 1st. And that's what our chord's going to look like. We're going to break one of our rules. We're going to have your finger bend backwards. We've worked really hard, and I've emphasized you want to arch your finger up and play with your fingertip. In this case, you want your finger to break and bend backwards finally. So we are going to use that. So your first finger plays 7th fret on the 5th string, because that's that E note, A, B, C, D, E. Then your ring finger breaks and bends backwards on the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings on the 9th fret. So that gives us 7, 9, 9, 9. So that's in a major shape from the 5th string. Now we got to do minor from the 5th string. So we're going to have to do a little bit more changes than the other shape. So you're going to have to bring in your pinky, build like a power chord. So that gives us 7, 9, 9. So first finger on the 5th string, ring finger on the 4th, pinky is going to go on the 3rd. Your middle finger is going to go in the middle again, which is going to be on, in this case, it's going to be covering 8th fret, so that gives us 7, 9, 9, 8. Then your first finger is barring and picking up the 1st string on 7th fret as well. So that was 7, 9, 9, 8, and 7. So we had major, and then minor. So those are the 4 main shapes. You've got major off the 6th, minor off the 6th, then major off the 5th, and minor off the 5th. So let's say you want to play Santeria by Sublime. That's going to be an A major bar chord, to a B major bar chord, E, D sharp minor, C sharp minor, and then back to that B chord. So that's the chorus of Santeria. So just as an example real quick, this is going to unlock the bulk of the neck and get rid of the need to use a capo all the time to play songs in different keys, so it's really powerful. It's going to be really liberating. It does take a lot of hand strength. I'm primarily an electric guitar player, so when I play a lot of bar chords on an acoustic, my hand actually does cramp up every once in a while, so it's okay, you know, if you run into some troubles. Kind of expect it with this kind of thing. So I hope you enjoyed beginning guitar lesson on bar chords. Remember, you want to memorize those shapes, and remember that the key is that your first finger is always playing the root note or the name of the chord either on the 6th string or the 5th string, and that's your means or way of finding the chord. And then you just, once you find your root note, then you just plug in whatever shape it is, so whether it's major or minor. If you have any questions, leave comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, please hit like and subscribe. Got a lot of content that we're going to be putting up, including this full kind of beginner guitar course and a bunch of other stuff that we've got going on with the band. Thank you for watching.